at 5 p.m. and well, if you watch this later, because you didn't really expect me to do a live at this time, it's still good. But if you come here, let's just have a chat. For the guys that drive in Kampala already, how do you manage driving in this city of ours? And for those that have never, those that are planning to start, how some of us have been driving for the past 12 years on Ugandan roads, and we have not had a car crash beyond repair, because yes, I personally had accidents na ye sono nanga kumoroka to the point that it has been written off. Actually, normally when I used to get accidents, when I didn't have these accidents, and it's a long time ago. I last had an accident in 2012, and I wasn't in wrong. It's a border guy that came and crashed into my car from behind. But when I still had accidents, I would actually repair my car in 2 days and be back on the road if I had to do any repairs. So we're going to be trying to dissect how do you drive in Kampala, survive, and not have your car written off. Thank you guys for being here. Give me a shout out. Tell me where you're watching from. Yeah, where are you, and how is life treating you? Yeah, Orirudawa. Do you drive in Kampala? How do you survive? I mean, the Wandegea traffic jam. The Wandegea traffic jam. And there is a border guy. There is this delivery guy. I hope tagezako kuyingira wangi, because me, I'm hey David, thanks for the program. I'm here watching you live from Riyadh, South Africa. Good. Yes, Tarzan, thank you for being here also. Yeah. How do you survive in Uganda? Now, some of the things you need to survive while you drive in Uganda. Of course, you're going to want to be bumper to bumper, but without knocking. Of course, I want you to watch this. The brakes you need to make sure that your brakes work optimally. You can go or your taxi mumaze or your mu. So for you to survive in Uganda, on Kampala roads, Saudi Arabia. Sorry, did I say South Africa? Or your taxi or your wakubi na mumaze. So when you drive in Kampala, you have to be very sharp, but you also have to make sure that your brakes work. Otherwise, if you try to drive like me, your brakes are not good. They can make you make mistakes. They can, and you end up paying dearly. So for me, of course, for you to survive on Kampala, if you drive in Kampala and you want to survive without problems, the first thing you need to make sure is that your brakes work perfectly. Okay, your brakes have to work perfecto. You can brake immediately. You see. Then you have to watch out for border guys. The border guys, it's like tebategera. Yeah, majority of them at least. I can't say that all of them. Kansanga, yes, Tazan, thank you for watching. Katitazan, since we are both here in Kampala, how do you survive driving on Kampala roads? Me, this is how I survive. You need to first of all understand that taxi guys, border guys, it's like they were born by the same mother. And Nebe Sanganga, they don't have the same luck. The taxi guy ended up driving a car. The border guy ended up driving a border. Okay? They believe they know more than anyone else. Yeah? And they believe they have a right of way. You get. So, first thing you have to fix is your brakes so that you can brake immediately without trouble. Okay? Then you need to have side mirrors working all the time. Then, of course, your driving mirror needs to be working, but most of the times you will find yourself not using the driving mirror. Side mirrors are very important to see border guys. You see, but right of they are using the wrong avenue, the wrong place to go wherever they want to go. Yeah. Also now, yes, EM Firika. I don't know what that means. Tell me, what does that mean? You're watching from Dubai, Abu Dhabi. Yeah. So I'm in Wandegea. Of course, now let me give you a trick. If you're going to be driving in Wandegea anytime soon, if you're headed that side of Kalere or Wise, if you come to this spot, you see where I am? That is the Wandegea market. I head there. There is that digital billboard. And don't go straight. You see straight, there is a lot of jam. You need to go right. Right. Some of the times you may need to go to Katanga. And then no if you go straight, you'll still find trouble. So for you to survive on Kampala roads, it's not going to be a very long broadcast. Why? Because one of the reasons why the evening broadcasts are hard for me, my Samsung overheats when it's evening. So that's why I had to do mostly morning, because in the morning it's very hard for this phone to overheat. And actually today, because there was a lot of sun, the phone actually overheated today. And it took off my broadcast for a few minutes there. I had to find a way of cooling it down and then putting my broadcast back. But for the guys that don't know, I normally, hi Ibrahim, I normally have broadcasts at 7:20 a.m. in the morning. I normally start my broadcasts and they go on until there are no more questions, there is nothing to discuss. Yeah, and we have been talking about a lot of things. Yeah, so but today evening I just thought, okay, since I'm driving, I'm actually recording what you'd call a documentary on zebra crossings in Uganda. Many drivers and riders don't respect zebra crossings, because we studied about zebra crossings in primary school, and zebra crossings are supposed to help pedestrians cross the road, even fast-paced roads, even highways. When a zebra crossing is put there, it means the people that made that road saw that the zebra crossing was useful and it was fit to be there. But people don't respect zebra crossing to the point that when I stop at zebra crossings, normally people thank me. Yeah, thank you, Ibra. Yes, I'm trying. So for you to survive, you need to be, by the way, for you to survive in Kampala and Uganda, basically, what you need to do is okay, I hope the father of that child is not alive. If the father is alive, I think he should come and take responsibility, because most of the times when they are begging, it's because the fathers of the kids are not taking care of them. It's a sad thing. Actually, guys, if you cannot take care of kids, don't have any kids. You don't have a target to hit that if you don't have 2 kids in this world, the world will stop moving. We are already overpopulated. Don't have kids with women if you cannot take care of them. So see, the woman is struggling. Yeah, jam is too much. Yeah, normally 5 p.m. and above, there is a lot of jam. Yeah, so don't have a kid with a woman if you cannot take care of the kid. Now you see this woman is walking around begging. Yet there is a man that slept with her and had a kid. It's a very bad thing. Guys, because I know most of the people that watch my channel are guys. Nobody sent you for kids. It's not written anywhere in the Bible or the Quran that if you don't have kids, the world will stop. It will not. People did not have children and the world did not stop. Okay? So even you, it's not like you have a special seed. If you cannot take care of kids, tobazala. And if you can only take care of 1 kid, yo, forget about what your family is telling you. Your mother is telling you zara abana, tuzali lefa abana, and all those things that old men tell you zara abana, zara abana, mukaga bachi. Please, I think I'll combat then, Kaisa. It's a very painful thing to see women begging. Have you realized that part of the generation, 35, actually 40 years and below, all those people were looked after by only women, by single mothers. You get? But it so happens that men had kids with these women and they were not ready to look after them. So some of them ran away, some of them just couldn't. You get? And then the kids end up being looked after by single mothers. Me, I studied on bursary. But you would see it's women that come to look for bursaries. You get? Because no one is going to look after that child. You get? Don't. So we are talking about surviving in Kampala. Okay, basically when we say Kampala, if someone is in, for example, Dubai, and they say Nzidayo Kampala, they mean Nzidayo Uganda. They don't just mean Nzidayo Kampala, they say Nzidayo Uganda. But Kampala is the easiest way of saying Uganda. So for you to survive on Ugandan roads, be careful of borders. Be careful of borders. These guys have a right of way that is invisible. Most of these borders are owned by most of these borders are owned by actually they're owned by police officers. They have borders. So it's very hard to find that you'll even get a chance to argue with the border if you're taken to police. You see, the last accident I had was in 2012, and the border came and hit me from behind, and I went to police knowing that, okay, now this guy has to repair my bumper. But when I reached there, I think some OC was his uncle, then they brought another person in the police force, was over his brother. There was no way for me to start and get paid. So what I did is I just gave up, and they actually made me pay. So as you're driving, be careful of the borders. But don't get too close, don't knock him, don't even scratch him. Those guys are invisible. That's the first step. Don't avoid getting into a conflict with the border. First of all, even the police issue left aside, those border guys can ban your car. They can even ban you. Border guys, it's like they are uncivilized. I'm sorry if there is a border guy that is watching this broadcast, but that's what that's a very, very nice car. That's a Majesta, Toyota Majesta. It's very luxurious. It's comfortable na ye. It's 4.6 cc. 4.6 cc. Now you imagine 4.6. Majority of the V8s are 3.5, 3.0. That Majesta is 4.6 cc. So it consumes fuel like it was sent to consume it. Yeah, so me, I've taken this shortcut in Katanga. For you to survive, avoid borders. And also aside from that, some of these border guys are policemen. They do intelligence work. There is a time we got into a conflict with the border guy, Yankurubula, and we went to Makerere University Police Station. Then I was still a student. When we went to Makerere University Police Station, the guy just did the salute. Afande sir. What I did, I got the guy out of the police station and asked him, what do you want? So avoid conflicts with borders. Avoid conflicts as much as you can. Avoid conflicts, because the border guys are not only untouchable, but some of them are actually in the police system, the army system. I don't know what they call it. So you will find that you're going to get a conflict with someone, take him to police, think you're going to be paid. You'll find that the guy is the OC. You get, because there is no way to tell that someone is a policeman unless they are putting on a police uniform. And we all know that sometimes these policemen don't put on uniform. So please try as much as possible to avoid conflicts with border men whenever you can. So when you see a border guy in front of you, avuga bubi, tosembera nnyo. Sometimes abakusongoza agala kujja mu sente. So try and avoid it. The second tip, or this is the third tip. The first tip was make sure your brakes are working, because sometimes you may need to compete with this with a stubborn driver. Now, competing with a stubborn driver doesn't mean you're stupid. No, sometimes it's the adrenaline, especially for us men. The adrenaline rush. You know, men were created to hustle. Men were created to hunt. Men were created to beat people. That's why when you look at movies like the Vikings, you find that men fight. They can fight bulls, they can fight camels, they can fight fellow human beings, but men, we are created to fight. You get? And because they are created to fight, their adrenaline was constantly flowing when the world was simply just created. You get? But as life got easier and technology got advanced, that stopped. and we got weak, we got soft, and we stopped fighting. And then now we sit behind computers, but every now and then you need adrenaline rush. And some of you guys don't even run. So you'll find that the only time you get this adrenaline is when you actually race with the taxi guy. Now if you're going to be racing with taxi guys, make sure your brakes work. My brakes, me, the one thing I work on is brakes. The second tip is avoid borders. Try as much as possible. Don't get into wrangles with them. Don't let a border guy knock you. Don't knock a border guy. And if the border guy scratches your car, if it's very simple, walk away. They don't have money. Forget all these stories we hear. Borders, they make 50,000 a day. Wow. Do you know what it means to make 50K a day? It's income that is there without it's net profit. That's very hard for borders. Normally they make 20 to 30,000. So imagine a border guy scratches your car and you're asking him for 100,000. They will not have 100,000. Then you're wasting your time. So for me, normally when a border guy probably like hits my bumper, scratches a bit of my car, I walk away, I drive away, because majority of these border guys, let me tell you, majority of the border guys are the guys that have kids like the one we saw on the street. Bazalanyo. So they have a lot of responsibility. Even if he wanted to actually repay, to pay you for the damage, he will not have the money because he has a lot of demands. So avoid getting into wrangles with those guys, okay? Then you'll keep your peace. Number three, avoid getting into wrangles with, good evening, Nicole. Avoid getting into wrangles with taxi guys. Those taxi guys have a lot of problems too. You get, and they know almost every police officer. So you're going to go to a police station, and him and the police officer in charge. Okay, you go to a police post reporting a taxi guy for driving badly, and then you realize later on, yeah, you're in Mexico. Woo! How is Mexico, Edwin? How is Mexico? So you realize that the taxi guy and the officer, they're actually distant cousins. Blood is thicker than water. At that moment, you will realize that you should have finished things on the road. You get, try as much as possible to avoid wrangles with taxi guys as well. For starters, they also don't have money. This will happen. This might happen because it happened to me once. You go, you park your car at police, the taxi guy parks his car at police, and the taxi guy says he's innocent, and he leaves the taxi there. Because he knows you cannot leave your car there. Eventually you'll come and pick your car and go. So when you come and pick your car and go to fix it as you wait for him to give you cash, he will also come and pay off, and he will take his car. Now this, I'm not saying it happens at every police station. I'm not saying every police officer allows this to happen. But it has happened to me before. So try as much as possible to avoid wrangles with taxi guys. The other guys you need to avoid getting into wrangles with are drivers of government vehicles. Those dudes, most of them are idiots. People that drive government vehicles, most of them are idiots. They believe they're untouchable. In fact, I was very happy when the police cracked them down on driving badly. The ones, I'm thinking you saw the news and the clips, when they were driving one way, but at the Bugombe, even one MP was told to turn back and go. You get guys that drive red number plates, especially the ones that drive cars from State House. Those guys can even shoot you, because remember, some of them have guns. So try as much as possible to avoid going into wrangles with them. Let me tell you one thing. I used to have someone, a relative that used to work for government. He was a driver. And they think they know how to drive. In actual sense, they don't. They know all the rules in their heads, but they don't know how to drive. Let me tell you, the people that know how to drive best in Uganda are taxi drivers and truck drivers in the mainstream. Forget about those guys that drive for organizations. The guys that drive taxis on these roads are the drivers. Those guys that am I hating? Stuart, what have I hated? I'm just warning you. Please clarify if I've hated. I'm just saying avoid getting into wrangles with these people because some of them are idiots. Yes, it's a fact. People have been shot by idiots. Stuart, I don't know what you call hate speech. I'm saying facts. I don't know if you does anyone think I'm right now I'm doing hate speech? Because if I am, I could stop this because this is the best way for me to talk about it, for you to understand how grave this is. Don't get into road rage with people that drive. Thank you, Nicole. Stuart, I'm not besides I don't hate anyone, but I'm saying the fact. You don't want to get into road rage with a person driving a government vehicle, okay? And I'm not attacking any government institution. I'm just saying the drivers that drive government vehicles, at least some that have gotten into, that have driven with on the road. Guys that drive government vehicles, the guy can scratch your car agenda. And you can't do anything to him because he drives for the government. There is even no way you're going to go to police and you start saying this guy from Ministry of Health or from Ministry of Information and Technology has knocked me. How are you going to? These guys are colleagues. The policeman and the government employee, they are colleagues. They'll basically try to make you, convince you to just go away. So you don't want to get into wrangles with people that drive government vehicles. Let's face it, they're untouchable. Just like the border guys, okay? Taxi guys are a little touchable, okay? Taxi guys are a little touchable, but still, you see, people are not even respecting zebra crossing. They cross from everywhere because they know at zebra crossings, you people don't stop when you drive. Yeah. So I'm doing a documentary on zebra crossings and how people feel when you stop at zebra crossings. The reactions are hilarious when you find people at zebra crossings. So Stuart, kindly clarify where I actually used the hate speech. It's very good for me to learn because although we live in a very sensitive generation that you can tell someone you're fat and they feel offended even when they are fat, I don't see where I'm saying I'm being hateful. Stuart, I don't hate anyone by that. So guys, sorry, my neighbor called me. Stuart, my neighbor was calling me. Sorry, so I had to pick. Stuart, but Stuart, okay. Okay, Stuart, I don't know if Stuart, kindly tell me, are you a Ugandan? Because this body shaming thing is coming from Europe, where they say you can't tell someone they are, but you know, if you can't tell someone they are fat, then I should not be able to tell someone that they are short. But I'm short and I know it. I'm 5 feet and 11 centimeters, I think. So I'm short. So when someone tells me that I'm short, I will not take offense because yes, I'm short. You get it? I don't think, for me, it's an offense. Yeah? If it's okay for someone to say you're thin, you're very small, it should be okay to tell someone you're very big. But anyway, I'll go away from there, Stuart. I've just realized I'm not doing any hate speech. It's just the way you see things. It's just the way you see things. Guys, if I'm doing, Stuart is saying you can report them and action can be taken the way you told us before, that before they have been cracked down for bad driving. This is only once, Stuart. I'm giving you my, Stuart, let me just make this clear, guys. I don't want Stuart to get me wrong. When I come to this channel and I share, I'm sharing my experiences, okay? I'm sharing things I've experienced as a person. I'm sharing things I've seen on video. things I've seen on news. I'm also sharing things that I've heard about, read about, and things I've seen myself with my own eyes. I will tell you that personally, as a person, a driver of a red number plate car has ever plucked my bumper off. Navuga nagenda, I went to a police station, I reported even the number plate. So Stuart, please don't twist my experiences to be your experiences. You get? And I'm not hateful of anyone. I'm saying facts as they are. I don't know, maybe you work with the forces. Police, you can come and enlighten us. I think that's the best thing to do, because it's very hard to get to public relations officers of these organizations. But if it's possible, you could probably come and enlighten us. I'm not hating anyone. And guys, if you're watching online and you think Stuart is right that I'm hating when I tell you be careful with the drivers of government vehicles, please tell me. But from experience, drivers of government vehicles, avoid them. Avoid getting into wrangles with them, because you cannot manage. And it's a fact. You get? It's a fact, Stuart. When I talked about border guys, it's a fact. Majority of border guys ride like idiots. Not all of them. By the way, I also take border sometimes. You get? But some border guys are idiots. And they can make you lose money, lose time, and even lose lives. We have been seeing videos. Now you see, I've been indicating from way back, but there's a border guy that is cursing me for turning. So Stuart, let me just make this clear. Brother Stuart, it will still be what it is. At Uganda, government vehicles and border guys are untouchable. Thank you, Nicholas. Stuart, if you don't work in government, please take my advice. Don't think that Uganda is as smooth as we want it to be. Uganda is not like in the movies where you can go. You know, in the movies, when we are watching American movies, even the president is touchable. You can actually take the president to court and they get executed. No, I don't think. The presidents all world over are immune. But I think in even the police commissioner, but those things are in movies. In Uganda, there are people that are untouchable. Let's accept. And deep down, I would also want to be untouchable. But that's impossible. You get? My father did not make the right choice. My father did not study the right courses. You get? Because if I did not study the right courses, if, for example, I had studied law, I would have a chance of later on becoming a chief justice and probably being untouchable as well. Hi, Luzige. Luzige is saying hi, Arthur, I hope you're good. No, you're not late. So, Stuart, I'm not attacking anyone. I don't hate anyone. The things I'm telling you will help you survive on the road. That's if you don't work in government. Because the way you're saying, it seems like you know so much about this. But if you do, you can enlighten us. You can tell us what we need to do in case we are, for example, I can't use this route. You can enlighten us what we should do if, for example, we are probably disturbed by a government vehicle driver. You get? Because from my opinion, these guys are untouchable. And I'm telling my followers, try as much as possible. If a government vehicle, the entrance I want to use today is very busy. It is very busy. It is very busy. Yeah, so you guys, I hope you, okay, I'm using the exit gate, which I usually do, but today, the exit gate at my kids' school, but apparently every day because it's 5:44, normally at 5:44 I should be able to go through swiftly, but today it's not working. People are exiting. I think I wasn't the only one who was late. Yeah, so So okay guys, you have to give me a minute, eh? Just give me 1 minute, I'm coming back. So you guys, I'm back. I don't know why I still feel I need to make things clear for Stuart, I personally don't get the concept of hate speech. As long as I've not attacked a person and said probably, Arthur, you are an idiot, I don't think anyone should be offended, because normally when someone says majority of people that drive Corollas are broke. If I'm broke, I'm broke. Okay? It should not be an insult. If I'm not broke, it's okay. Let the broke people work hard and get to my level. So when I say be careful of border guys, don't get into wrangles with them, I'm saying the truth. You know, and that's why they are getting a lot of accidents, because the border guys feel they are untouchable. Tosobola mugamba ko akuvuma na kuogoroza. You get it? So I think that's why they're having a lot of accidents, because for them, you cannot touch them. You cannot tell them anything. They'll ride the way. They expect cars to stop for them. By the way, you stop for border guys. You see a border guy in front of you driving poorly, stop for him. Okay? Stop for him, because that's what they expect. They expect that you're going to stop for them. So you don't drive and think that the border guys, actually, I think if you went to driving school, that's what they tell you, that you're the only driver on the road that knows what you're doing. Everyone else is an idiot. I think for the guys that went to driving school, every other driver on the road or rider is an idiot. You're the only person ainamuku magezi. You get, and that's what I'm saying. Probably I should have said that in the beginning, that everyone else on the road is an idiot apart from you. So you need to drive like you're an enlightened person. But first of all, border guys, in America, everyone else is an idiot but you. But in Uganda, everyone else is an idiot plus. Borders are idiots plus. Most of them. Not all of them, of course. And I think Safe Border was helping us. But these days, even Safe Border guys, they can override traffic lights. But anyway, let me go back to my topic. Sorry, Stuart, if I offended you or anyone you know in any way. I don't mean to offend. But honestly, why could you call someone an idiot? Someone here said I'm a border man. No, idiot. I don't know, Stuart. You should use your dictionary. Idiot is not that bad an abuse. An idiot can be redeemed. An idiot is someone that chooses not to do right even when they know what is right. So idiot does not mean that it's not like abusing you, probably like you're like poo. You get? An idiot is someone that chooses to be stupid even when they know what they need to do. Like border guys are just idiots. They can stop if they choose, but they don't choose to stop. So Stuart, I'm sorry if I offended you, and I might keep offending you, because most of us have gotten problems because of these guys. Like the government guy that took off my bumper. You know, I had to buy another bumper because, you know, their cars are big. It pulled it off, user. So I had to spend 200,000 to buy a bumper. But he went and he was untouchable. So when I share experience here and I tell people, be careful with government vehicles, and I've not talked about any organization in the government. I'm just saying, be careful with them. If you find by the way, if you found a good government driver, he knocks you or he scratches your car, he will stop and pay you. He might even go to the garage with you and tell you, do you know what, guy? Let's go and I pay for the repairs. But those are very few. Most of them will just go. And you'll be lucky if they just don't get a gun out for you. Be careful with the government vehicles, and be careful with security agency vehicles. Okay, now the security agency vehicles, the security guys are already stressed. They have gone through a lot of training. Okay, they stay awake at night protecting us. They stay awake at night trying bagobagana na babbi. Ochitegira. Some of them, they go to Congo, they go to Somalia and fight wars, and then the guy comes here in Kampala and you're stopping a car in front of him when he wants to go. You get high real answers. Yes, finally. You get, so try as much as possible to avoid security agency vehicles. Just imagine that they have a right of way. You get, if it's a UPDF vehicle, move away so that it goes if you can move away. If it's a Uganda police force vehicle, move away and let it go. You get, because you don't know what they are chasing. Probably they are chasing a robber that has just killed someone and you're stopping them. By the time you're compensated, huh? You've probably even given up on the car. You get, so try. Now these things are helping you survive. I'm not saying that the security guys are bad. They are not. I'm just saying sometimes they may be chasing a very bad robber and you stand in their way. If you stand in this guy's way, he knocks you and goes. You can get compensated by the time you get it, but by the time you get compensated, you may find that the money is not even helpful to you. So you guys, stay out of wrangles with border guys. Stay out of wrangles with taxi guys. Stay out of wrangles with government vehicles. Stay out of wrangles with security agency vehicles. You don't know what they are doing. Now, this is a tip that probably no one ever tells you in driving school if you went. Because me, I didn't go to driving schools. Most of the things I'm telling you, I'm sharing my personal experience. Michael, how are you? Please help me call her. I can't call, I'm doing something on the phone.
It's busy, I know.
No, it's already time.
Because I know they are arranging something there.
No, but it's time. It's time. Thank you. So this is something no one that teaches people to drive ever tells you. In Uganda, Stuart, you see this? In Uganda, red number plates don't compensate. You see? Red number plates don't compensate. And then Nico is saying, and for border guys, it's very worse. I will never forget the day they ganged up at Kampala Road. Mind you, it was their fellow who was in wrong. You see? They can come and start beating you. Even me, when that border guy knocked my bumper from behind, he knocked it, but the guys came and started beating me, and I drove to police saying, but guess what? I'm the one that paid. Hi, Carlson. Thank you for coming here. I was just saying that there is something that they never tell us in driving school. It's that, you see the judges, Balamuzi, judges, chief justice, blah, blah, blah. Those are the most sensitive people in the country. If you want to get justice in Uganda, if you ever want to go and report something in a court and get justice, the people we need to protect most are the judges. If you see a justice vehicle, those cars that have J, it's UG, then a number, and then J, normally those are judges. We need to protect these people as much as possible. We need to protect the judges because they're the people that what do they call it in English? My God. That decide whether you're guilty or not. They're the people that decide whether a plot of land is yours or not. They're the people that decide whether you have been treated unjustly or not. You get? So if, and the reason why they need a right of way is because their lives are constantly in danger. This guy is probably seated on the bench ruling over a court case that has 5 billion. Do you know what 5 billion is? A bit has. Okay. Do you know what 5 billion is? So the judge is seated on a bench. Yeah, Sarah, who gets 5 billion and who doesn't. Do you know what some people are willing to do for 5 billion? So this judge needs to get to where he's safer, at a courtroom or at his residence in time. Always allow judges to go, my brother and sister. Now, I'm saying this, but I don't, in my family, both my father's side and my mother's side, we don't have a judge. But I'm telling you this because I know how important judges are for us. The best thing you can do for this country is let judges go. You can block an MP, you can block a doctor, you can block whoever, because sometimes the doctor might not be able to save. But don't let judges be stressed. Let them have a right of way. I think we should have this discussion with Council Yunus one time. When a judge is behind you and you're the one blocking his way, move away, let them go. If, for example, if you've had a brother or sister or a relative in police custody and the only person that can actually let them go is a judge, then I'm sure you know how important a judge is. Forget about all the corruption that is happening. All this corruption happens because judges sometimes know they may die early. You get? So they have to probably put something aside for their families in case they are killed early. But if they are assured of their security, these judges will deliver very good verdicts. You'll find that your land is not stolen because a judge is not scared of someone very powerful shooting them down in jam. You get? So that's something that should be taught in all driving schools. Those people are important, more important than even I am not more important. Let me not mention, because Katate Audio Computer Misuse Act, you mentioned someone's position here. So now you know the Computer Misuse Act. I don't know if it's true. I've not had a chance to read it. I'll ask counsel to share with me. But from my experience, from what I've heard, that if you say something bad about someone, even when it's true, and you did not consult them to see if they are comfortable with you saying it, they can actually take you to court. My God. Anyway, I will not, but I'm thinking judges are more important than some of the important people in this country, because they keep the country sane. They are the ones that can actually say, you are a member of parliament, you're powerful. This person is nothing, but you are wrong. Pay him. Judges are important, guys. If a judge is behind you and they are trying to get to work or trying to get home, let them go. Because every minute they are in jam, they can be shot down. They can be gunned down. Sometimes this judge is the one responsible with making sure that a certain criminal, a very dangerous criminal, stays in. Are you sure?
The place is locked. No auditorium now.
Are you sure? So you guys give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
Michael, tell me why. I'm not seeing her in the music room.
Sorry guys. I was trying to check the wife. So I just have to stick here and wait. So we are talking. I was telling you judges are very important. Everyone in this country that is in, yes, I agree. Where is Arthur? I'm here, Martha. I just had gone out. Well, happy to catch you live. The first time you're sharing facts, brother, go on. I agree, judges need to be protected at all costs. Munange, I'm looking forward to protecting a judge when I buy an economical car. Yes. Hey, Carlson. Yeah, so let's not take these things for granted. And probably these are things that should be taught in driving school. We talked about the brakes working. You need to also make sure that your indicators, you see the signals, the left-right signals, you need to make sure that they actually work properly, because ojja causing accident gwe wenyini. And actually when you're driving on Ugandan roads, make sure that you hit left or right. You indicate that you're going either left or right, like 500 meters from the spot where you're going to turn from. Always make sure you indicate early. I see a lot of drivers that drive, he or she starts indicating when they have already cornered. He first turns left and then they say they're turning left. That's a very dangerous thing, because now you're not only protecting border guys, you're also protecting us, other motorists. You get? So always make sure your indicators are working to survive on Ugandan roads. Now, the other thing you need to make sure that it works properly are your headlamps. Your headlamps should be, now, so many headlamps are actually very dirty. And there is an easy way for you to wash those lights yourself. For example, the dirt is on top of the lights. You can actually just wash them with toothpaste. You can use Delident or Colgate or ABC, whichever is cheaper for you. All toothpaste does the same thing, and so that you get more light. Now, if your headlamps don't work properly, chances are high that you're going to make people, you will not see forward. Okay, thank you. So you will find that so the wife is actually finally here. So you will find that if your lamps are not working, and if you don't see where you're going, chances are high you can hit a stone. You can even hit a person, by the way. The reason why I got these glasses is for some time I had been driving and I didn't see far. And I was thinking, maybe the car had a problem. Maybe the people that were coming towards me were using a lot of lights. My eyes were not seeing. So I go for an eye test at Mengo. By the way, for you guys that have eye problems, Mengo is probably the best eye hospital in Uganda. Hi, how are you? Hi. So I got these glasses at 300, I think 30. Yeah. So I went and they checked me, and apparently I had thought about it before, but in 2010 I got glasses because the twagala tweet abamasana lugezigezi bichi, I did not want to wear them. So I got the glasses and I put them here in 2010. And that time I didn't have a car, of course. I got my car in 2010 around December or November. No, I got it in December, Christmas period. So the glasses fell when I didn't and I never got glasses again until this year when I realized that Nari Siraba. Then that's you are that one's brother. You're twins. You guys look alike. Eh?
Thank you guys.
So as you guys think about, you also have to make sure that you actually and I think that's one reason why. Should we go back, Tezi? Looking at the time. It's 6 p.m. Is it still worth it? Okay. Oh, you're hearing me saying Mzee Kadu. Mzee Kadu is my grandfather. A brother to... Okay, can you get this wet for me? My phone is overheating again. So you see, guys, the reason why I normally don't do broadcasts in the evening is because my phone overheats and it's not a very good site. So now it first stops charging, but kangezeko baka AC akanyogoga, and then we see if it helps. Let me first use AC and I see. But also the weather is not so hot. Yeah, so you guys make sure your eyes see. That's why when you're going to get a driving permit the first time, they require that you have a doctor's report that says you see over glasses. So that on your permit they say you're restricted to drive only when you have glasses. But because of the corruption that has been happening, even the people that had sick eyes ended up saying that they don't have let me first make it very cold so that this phone cools down, and then we can proceed. So you guys make sure that your indicators work properly. Make sure that your lamps work, the headlamps. It's very important. It's very important. Yeah. So and like we said, there are people to avoid. The other thing for you to know is that a pedestrian in Uganda will cross at any time. We as Ugandans, we were never trained to follow rules properly. And I think that's why we are beaten. You get it? So Ugandan will see a zebra crossing somewhere and decide to use a that doesn't have a zebra crossing. You get it? And for you tourists, even when the other person is in wrong, they will even ask you, have you become the judge and jury? Kati osale emisango nti asaze bubi. The law is clear who has the right of way. The judiciary, it's the Chief Justice and the deputy, gets the speaker and the deputy, the IGP and the president, and vice versa. So, Carlson, you're shaking a table you'll not be able to handle. So, you guys, yes, I know, Seth, I understand that there is a law that is clear about who has right of way. But the reason why I was talking about the judges is that judges help us keep justice. You get, they help us. And just imagine someone is trying to steal your family land, which is worth 1 billion. And it's the judge that is standing between you and that person. Do you know that someone can kill for that 1 billion piece of land? And if they have a judge that could replace this one, a corrupt one, they could eliminate this one. Like we see it in the movies. But movies don't come out of the blue. I'm an artist. And I know these things can come true in Uganda. We've seen people being shot live in Gaturaba. You saw what happened to Jeno Katumba Wamala. You get it? That's when you realize that no one has a lot of power. So normally, me, I'm just giving you a piece of advice that if you see a judge and she or he, because we never even know that it's a woman or a man in the car, but if you see a car from the judiciary and they are trying to make way, please give them way. Let's keep our judge, because the same judge will probably make sure you get compensated when you need to. The same judge will make sure that you get justice when you need to. So kati abala muzibotu bawe right of way. Blessed evening to you too, Carlson. So you guys, for us to keep safe and to keep others safe, have you seen that person? The lights are very dirty. You're right, Arthur. Something happened to Joan. Exactly. Although Joan Kagezi was I think was a prosecutor, right? Was a prosecutor. So she was doing handling some very dangerous case. And this happens. Judges, government prosecutors, when they are handling cases and they are not working with the criminals, they can get shot at. So let's just keep them safe, because that's one way we protect our justice system. You get it? Everyone else at a right of way mulemese na yo mulamuzi ye muleka agende. You get it? I would say that even doctors, but doctors, me, I'm disappointed with the doctor. So and I've had stories about doctors. So I don't want to say let's give doctors right of way, because what doctor Yandaganti, she can give someone the wrong treatment and not even feel remorseful about it. So but anyway, we are talking, guys who has just come, we are talking about how to drive safely on Ugandan roads. Okay? And by the way, you're supposed, when you're driving here, for example, you're supposed to give that car in front of you, I think a meter. A meter is 3 feet. You're supposed to give it a meter. Why? Because in case that person breaks abruptly, to sobre motor meter, when they are a meter, and also now it breaks over Zigana, you can find a way to maneuver if you're a meter away. You get it? So that's another thing that probably you should know. Don't drive bumper to bumper or kuja konga your experience like me. Look at this girl when at zebra crossing. Why should she be scared when crossing at a zebra cross? Border EU. Why should that girl be scared? Why should this why should people be scared to cross at zebra crossings? This person in that blue number plated car almost drove. So by the way, I'm doing this documentary that I'm shooting videos for air zebra crossings, and people so you guys, you need to understand that this is not being sigeza kukuvuma, but most of us drivers, even us drivers, most of us are idiots. not me included, because me, I know how important the zebra crossing is. And I'm thinking anyone that has been to Europe, you would know that a zebra crossing is important. Because in Europe, if you have been to Norway, for example, the drivers don't even need a zebra crossing to stop for a pedestrian. They see a pedestrian, they stop, and you cross, and then they go on. For us here in Uganda, motorists don't care. I think because a car is a symbol of success. In Europe, a car is not a symbol of success. A car is a necessity. Actually, people buy it only when they need it. And I think you guys, Katiabadaba, for the love of cars, now you know that the car is a necessity. Okay? So you only buy it when you need it. So it's important for us to understand that even pedestrians are people. So we are talking about how to survive in Kampala. For the people that have just come, my first tip was always make sure that your brakes work perfectly. Why? Because there are times that you will need to brake immediately. And if you need to brake immediately, your brakes better be working. You get? This is the first time I'm seeing a Primo that is on a car carrier. It seems the engine blew. Normally when you see a Primo on a car carrier, either it's an accident car or the engine blew. There is what they call following distance and queuing distance, and it's measured in seconds. My brother says that you're going taking a call. It's easier for us to tell people just give the car in front of you a meter. If you say seconds, some people, you know Uganda, someone tells you and he comes an hour later. So you tell them a second. Yeah, he will do bumper to bumper and he says seconds. That's a very technical thing, probably for guys that drive professionally. I think for guys that drive professionally, they know those things. But for me, I think one thing I know is even in Dubai, Martha, what are you saying? Even in Dubai, though, I don't get you properly. So you see now I'm indicating that I'm going to the left lane. I've indicated already, and I'll cross slowly. Now the other thing you need to know, if you have probably never driven, the broken line in the middle on the right here, maroon, that broken line means you can cross to the other side. You can either cross left or right. But if the line is not broken, don't cross. It means it's not safe for you to cross. No, it's not a knocking sound. That's the AC. My AC is not very quiet. Has it gone, the knocking sound? Has it gone? Seth, has the sound gone? I think that was the AC. Yes, thank you. My AC is not very quiet. I was told to replace the AC fan. What fan you better one of dashboard, and I refused stubbornly because at that time I hadn't yet started doing these lives. So, but now I'm going to go and look for it and replace it so that I have silent AC. So you see the distance I'm giving myself. Of course, I'm doing it for demonstration purposes. Normally, I don't do this. Crossing a road in Uganda is like making a big crime. Exactly. Apparently, there are people in Uganda that think that buying a car makes them invisible. That for them, batuka. Yeah, so you have said even what you were meaning that even in Dubai, cars will stop for pedestrians. It's the right thing to do. And I think we should be able to do it. You get? So we are talking about how to survive properly without problems, because being alive is not the survival only. Even having your money safe in your account without spending it all the time on accidents and all is surviving, keeping money with you. So for us to survive driving on Kampala roads, and by Kampala I mean Ugandan roads, we said the first tip was that you should be careful with borders. Yes, border riders are very dangerous in Uganda. Someone has said they almost beat him up even when their colleague was in wrong. They also almost beat me up even when their colleague was in wrong. So avoid being in wrangles with border guys. Okay? And then we said the second one was that good evening, just us. And the second one was that avoid getting into wrangles with taxi guys. Taxi guys are almost like borders. Of course, they're a little touchable, but you see border guys, I've told you that some of these borders belong to police officers, government officials, you get it, and they're untouchable. In Uganda, it's a fact. Some government officials are untouchable. So if you think that you're big, you will touch anyone, hey, that's it there. So try as much as possible to avoid borders, avoid wrangles with them, because even if the border did not belong to a government official or a policeman, this border man may not have the money to compensate you. So whenever you can, drive away, okay, but wait until it cools down. Sometimes for border guys, even keeping driving can make your car get burnt. These border guys are rowdy. And I think that's why some people wanted borders banned from the city. Because, okay, in Dubai they leave you to cross peacefully. That's how it should be here. But apparently here people don't respect pedestrians. And we also say avoid getting into wrangles or into road rage with government vehicles. Those vehicles with red number plates, government number plates, avoid it. Some of them carry guns. Sometimes probably the guy has a bad mood. A guy will end up shooting you because you are trying to show that you also know how to drive. Violations have to be punished either by paying money or doing community service. Hey, but in Uganda, sometimes punishment is corruption. Or sometimes punishment doesn't happen because someone knows someone. I'm sure you've heard of the statement Gamba Nogu. You say. So that's why you need to try and as much as possible. For me, I'm very careful with border guys. Actually, let me tell you a secret for driving with border guys. Have your hood. Engombe ojuya jenkuba. Engombe ojikolenge all the time. Make sure that you can hoot whenever you need to hoot. You get why? Because then borders at least will respect, because the horn will scare even the strongest person if it's hit continuously. Let me show you an example. You see how these guys are turning. You see the border guys are moving out of my way. So use your hood in case border guys are in front of you instead of knocking them. A brother of mine was driving my car like a month or 2-3 months ago. I didn't say this, guys. Be careful with the cyclists. People that are riding bicycles. Be careful with them. That guy has a right of way. He's like a pedestrian. He has no engine. So Tomu Papia and let him go if you can. Because in Kampala, no one rides a bicycle on the main road willingly. They're riding a bicycle on the road because they don't have transport and they don't have a car. You get? So don't think there is anyone riding a bicycle on Kampala roads willingly. And if they have transport and they have a car, they have a health complication and the doctor has told them, you need to ride a bicycle to keep healthy. So please, be careful when you're driving on the road with cyclists. Also have a right of way. But I was still telling you, avoid getting into wrangles or road rage with government vehicle drivers. Those people, some of them have hard lives, but they're riding big vehicles. You see how borders are riding? You need to give them right of way. Because vagirina, it's a fact. So government vehicles, if the guy thinks he has a right of way, give it to him. Forget about things like Seth has said, Musimanya, the law is clear. Who says? Some people are the law. So if a government vehicle wants to get way, give him way. Because I've been telling these guys a story for the guys that came later. That one time a government vehicle, yankurubula na usane bumper yangenegwa wali. He went, I noted the number plate, went to police, and the policeman told me and I went and repaired my car. You get? So you need to know that some people are untouchable. You get? So avoid getting into wrangles, road rage, or racing with security organization cars, UPDF, UPF. Okay? Avoid it as much as possible. Why am I saying that? It's because these people, first of all, put their lives on the line for us. Whether you want to accept it or not, police protects us. Just having a policeman in your area keeps security calmer. You get? Just having a policeman on your village is good enough. So let's try and give them respect where it's due. And we cannot agree that they are not paid as much as we know they should be. That's why corruption is hard to go away. You get it? So when a policeman or an army man is trying to drive past you, you don't know where they have been, you don't know what mistreatment they have gone through, you don't know what conditions they are working in, you don't know if they are chasing a very bad robber, a killer, a murderer. So let them go. Because when they scratch your car, when they take your bumper off, when they shoot you, your family may not get justice. You get, it's very hard. You know, when I was trying when my child was getting the wrong treatment from Wanda Healthcare, the doctor that discovered it told me, Arthur, you cannot battle doctors because even I cannot testify against another doctor. That's what happened in security agencies. Even when a security personnel is wrong, a policeman will not go against them. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. When an army man is wrong, and another army man will not go against them. And that's how it's supposed to be. That's why even border guys will come and beat even when their colleague is in wrong. You get it? Tuli Burungi JK, welcome back. So try as much as possible. Don't get into road rage. Don't fight. Don't race with army cars. Don't race with police cars. Okay? And I also said that all those things, by the way, will keep you safe, because a border guy can ban you. A taxi guy will just make you lose time and money. You get it? A government vehicle driver, some of them are reckless. Seth told me not to call anyone idiots. They are reckless. Let's use the word reckless. And I've said that some army and policemen are on mission, and they are trying to do something that will probably benefit you. Let them go. Do it in good spirit. The country is safer with police and army in it, whether we like it or not. The country is safer with police and army in it and peaceful, okay? Then I was also telling you that we need judges in this country. The judges are the justice system, whether you like it or not. Now you see that border guy. The cars clearly come on the road, but he's still nang. That's why I'm telling you, avoid border guys. This driver did the right thing. You get it? So I was telling you, we need judges. We need judges. The judges decide whether you're guilty or innocent. The judges decide whether a plot of land that someone is trying to steal from you belongs to you or not. The judges decide whether you should be paid 1 billion by government when they wronged you or not. So if a judge's life is in danger because of a case, and you're the less powerful person, you get it? Chances are high that they will never get a case done in your favor. So you will find that the least powerful in this country will never get justice, because because apparently the law says they don't have a right of way. We need to make sure that the judges don't live in constant fear of their lives. Because if your mother is trying to be, or your judge is trying to be chased from her piece of land, the person that is going to keep that judge of yours or your mother on that land is the judge. So you don't want the judge's life to be threatened by a powerful person who is stealing your land. The only way the judge can be safe is if after court the judge drives straight home without interruptions. So let's keep judges safe. I also told you that for you to also make sure that you're safe, always make sure that your indicators work, because the only way drivers in front and behind of you can know for sure that you're turning is if they see the indicator. They are not in your head. They will never know. You get? I also said, for you to still be safe, make sure, okay? Make sure that your headlamps work. Because if they don't work, you'll not be able to see ahead. And if you're not able to see ahead, you can knock someone. Now, if you knock someone, you may be safe, but your wallet will not be safe. You'll probably go to prison. You'll be alive, but you'll be in prison. So your headlamps need to be working, or anything. Now, because if your headlamps don't work, you may not see a pothole. I also told you that you need to make sure that your eyes are good. And I gave you an example of myself, that I got these eyeglasses when I realized that probably my eyes may have something wrong. And indeed it was confirmed. In 2010, I went to the hospital, I was given glasses, but because I did not like glasses, but actually sometimes when someone wants to abuse you, so I used to put them on my shirt on the first year campus. And then I didn't have a car, of course. That's before I got a car. So I was walking from campus, so I was walking to Kalerwe Nizigwa, and I said, ooh, Nziwonye. From then, that is 2010, I had never worn glasses. And my eyes got worse with time. So when I went to Mengo Hospital this time, and I've said it, I'm not paid, Mengo Hospital is probably the best and most affordable eye hospital in the country. Yeah. So I went to Mengo this time, and the doctor told me you should be wearing glasses, and I told her, but I don't want them. She told me the more you don't wear glasses, the worse your eyesight is going to get. And if your eyesight gets worse, you have to put on very big lenses. You guys have seen lenses that nerds put on. So I went and got glasses. That's why I'm putting on glasses. Since I'm a chatty, I can't see far, I'm short-sighted. The things that are near, I see them, but I don't see the things that are far. You get. So you guys, there are guys that don't watch the morning broadcast. Let me come say wakalango kange. I'm running a marketing workshop, and this marketing workshop is targeting business owners, self-employed individuals, young marketers and salespeople. It's going to be a 6-day workshop, 2 hours every day. And in this workshop, we are going to be covering all basics of marketing, from the fundamentals, what you need to know to market efficiently. And of course, you need to avoid truck drivers in Goyo. He's clearly driving poorly, but he drives poorly. So true about the eyes. I need glasses too because I'm myopic. Myopic people are what? They see far, they see. You guys use a lot of English. I'm short-sighted, long-sighted. I have a friend of mine. He's not only short-sighted or long-sighted, he's both. So normally I tell him that you have gonorrhea of the eyes. They are totally dead. So he got glasses around the same time I got glasses. And when he went back to the hospital, they told him, you need to upgrade. You can imagine upgrading your glasses because your eyesight is worse. And I think he brought it upon himself. He was not wearing his glasses often. Normally they tell you that if you get glasses, unless they have told you that they are reading glasses, you need to be wearing those glasses all the time. And I used to tell him that you're going to find yourself needing worse glasses. And that's what happened to him. So now he needs more expensive glasses. Yeah, so but we'll go forward. Glasses, make sure you get glasses if your eyes are not good. Actually, before you get a permit, they need to see a report. I think the IOV needs to see a report from a doctor that confirms that your eyes are good. If not, you need to have glasses. And they are obligated, they need to put that on your driving permit, that this guy is short-sighted, so he needs glasses. Either if your permit specifies that you need glasses and the traffic officer finds you driving without glasses, he can arrest you because you're endangering the lives of other road users. Oh, short-sighted. Okay, please go get the glasses. You know why, JK? Because your eyesight is going to continue getting worse, and you don't want that. You get it? Because me, I'm a performing artist. I direct plays sometimes, and there is a time I was directing people. They were on stage, and I was seated in the audience. And at certain distances, stage. Sometimes when we're preparing productions, you need to work on lighting, stage design, and all. And for you to see how the stage looks, you need to walk to the very last part of the auditorium. And I would go there and sit about, so I had to get people to tell me, and I don't like it. So that's another thing that encouraged me to get glasses, because for the guys, that's AC. My AC is not as silent. But I'm just making sure that the phone doesn't overheat. I was going blind, Carlson, yes. And Keith is going blind. Yeah, so you guys, for us to keep safe, the other thing, you need to make sure that it's good. In your car, for example, make sure that the engine mountings are okay. I found a guy one time, he was driving and the engine fell down. Because, sorry, my neighbor was calling me. Yeah, he has a right of way because he's a pedestrian. He's trying to pick the ball. So you also need to watch out for that. Yeah, I don't know where I was before the neighbor called me. So you need to make sure that the engine mountings are good. Otherwise, you may be going very fast and your engine falls down. Now that not only endangers you, it spoils your car, but it also endangers other road users. You get it? So you don't want that. You don't want that to happen to you. So make sure that the car is in good condition, let's just say. But now I'm talking about the things I've actually seen. An engine can fall out of your car. The engine can actually fall out of your car. You get it? And you don't want that to happen to you. So make sure that the engine mountings are good. I know the engine mountings can be quite expensive. Like my engine mounting, the main engine mounting, I think it's 200,000. So sometimes you may decide to not buy it, but always buy it. Me, I replace those things because I know they keep my car safe. The other thing to avoid when you're driving on Kampala roads is avoid being behind those big lorries when you're going uphill, and avoid being in front of them when you're going downhill. Whenever you can, avoid it. Ojirabe yemoroka ya gas, if the cylinder got a hole or if it ran out of gas, that's where the braking stops. That's where the braking stops. You get? There is a clip that was going around at, I think it was in Kenya. It was a fuel tanker. The guy had even reached the gate where the depot, and then the car went behind. It went backwards. You get? The car went backwards. The car went backwards and he could not stop it, because literally when those lorries run out of gas, nothing works. Even the horn doesn't work, so you cannot even horn to warn you. But at that moment, it's very hard for someone to actually think of warning other people. They are trying to save their lives. Actually, in that incident from Kenya, the fuel tanker, the driver even died. They always following from. Yes, good, Mr. Lucius, thank you. So try as much as possible. If you're behind, you are driving with the truck, be behind it, be in front of it. Try as much as possible, especially here in Uganda. So you don't want to get into a danger that you could have avoided. So when that guy wants to overtake you and you're going down here, let him go. You will be safer. You get? That's one way to survive on Ugandan roads. The other way for you to survive on Ugandan roads, cross the road carefully. Don't imagine that buli muntu avuge moroka ategeera. Majority of people that drive on Ugandan roads are reckless. I don't want to use the word idiotic, but they are reckless. They don't care about anyone else but themselves. You get? Let me just change this thing to myself for now. Nange mbalabeko nange mundabeko. You get? Because we are in a jam, there is nothing to see on mass. So let me change so that mundabako. Yeah. So I'm here. It's night. I have my light here. Someone neteka mu center nagula ne lighting. So you guys always make sure that just know when you're driving on Ugandan roads, everyone else is an idiot. Also, you see the distance factor. You see the distance I've given this car. It's a meter, probably more. Why? Because in case he brakes abruptly, I'm sure you guys have seen accidents in Uganda where the car entered under the lorry. That normally happens if you don't give the car in front of you proper distance. So when he brakes abruptly, or when your brakes fail, you actually eye testing. No, when I went to Mengo Hospital, the test was free. I only paid consultation. I think it was 25K. Then I went. They did everything. and then the next time I was paying for glasses. One request to give us information on how to check a car before buying, if it has fines. I did this in the morning, Lucius. I said if you want to check for police fines, there is an app by police. It's called UPF Mobi. I don't know if they have it on App Store for Apple, but they have it on Play Store. It's called Hey, you boy. They have it on Ragnar. Stop. Why are you making that sound? Huh? So I told you guys, go to Play Store, download the app called UPF Mobi. Now when you download UPF Mobi, there is a section that says EPS tickets. Now that section of EPS tickets, click it, then you put in the number plate of the car you want to check and click search. It will show you the receipts. You can try variations of when the number plate has a space between the numbers and letters and one that doesn't, and then you see if it has the receipts, they will definitely come. So that one I've done. In the morning I also told you how to check if it has multiplex receipts. You check using mobile money and Airtel money. Then you can also check if the car has a new logbook, is in the new logbook system that you can buy third party. You still use Airtel money and mobile money. Star 185 hash for the guys that are using Airtel money. Go to financial services, then go to insurance, then go to motor third party and put in the number plate. If the car is in the new logbook system, it will definitely bring the name of the person. If it doesn't have a valid third party, if it has a valid third party, they will tell you you have a third party. You still have third party running. If you don't have, if it's not in the new system, it will tell you this vehicle is not registered on the system. You get, yeah. So always, I think those are the three things that you need to check before you buy a car. You need to check if it's in the new system, check the EPS tickets, that's the traffic fines, then check multiplex. Because these days multiplex, actually packed at Kampala streets, removing the metal alone is 40k, and then you pay the fines as well. So you need to check, especially when you're buying commercial vehicles like taxis, if you're buying lorries, Costa and all that, you need to check that a lot. Because some of these commercial vehicles, the reason people are selling them is because these cars have a lot of fines and they are tired. They say, and you find that you buy a taxi at 8 million, you're thinking, Kumbe, the reason the guy is selling the car 8 million is because it has fines of 15 million. Yes, taxis have fines of up to 20 million, by the way. They don't pay for parking. and yeah, my boys are playing, and they don't like to pay for police fines. You get. So so you need to check. So guys, I think I'm done. I've said everything I came to say. This is just part 1. You may end up making me say all the things that I have to say even in part 2. But it's very engaging having you guys here. Thank you for taking the time to actually watch. I think Lucius have answered you. And I've told you, be careful. Everyone else, you don't know who you're driving in front of or who is driving behind you. So try as much as possible to avoid conflicts on the road. You may get into trouble. You saw how Kanyamunyu shot some guy, Nafa. You don't want to be shot by someone. Some people have guns illegally. Some people are stressed even when they have guns legally. Stressed. Family yefune sente naye nga ne bwebeze funye tezibayamba because you're not there. So try as much as possible to not get in wrangles. Me, at times I don't see things next to me, so you're long-sighted. If you see things that are further but you don't see, hategwe here is very dangerous because you can fall into a pothole. Ngatolaba. Martha, go get glasses, by the way, quickly. Short-sighted people are in danger because normally if you see things from afar, you may not see things near. And if a hole is near here, you might fall into it. You get. Now you need glasses for everything. You even need glasses for marriage rights, for conjugal duties. Because you need to see your partner. But if you can't see things that are near you, you need to have glasses even. Sorry, Martha. At least me, I'm short-sighted. I can see things near me. But now you need to correct it easy. Correct it quickly. You get it? Go and get glasses. You're long-sighted. I know people that are long-sighted, but sometimes The long-sighted people are only given reading glasses, and you need to only put them on when you're going to read. You get, eh? So guys, I have to go. Thank you very much for taking the time to come, even when I didn't actually, because I didn't schedule this live, but you guys actually came. Thank you very much. It means a lot. Let me tell you guys about my marketing workshop. I'm running a marketing workshop starting 28th November to 3rd December, targeting business owners, self-employed individuals, and young marketers and salespeople, for you to know the right things to do when you're marketing your product, services, or business. We're going to cover everything from the basics of marketing. We're going to cover digital marketing, how to use TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and all these channels, websites, Google, SMS, mobile marketing, how to use all these things to market your business digitally. Then we'll also cover customer service and customer care. Let me tell you one thing, the secret. Your competition can copy everything, but they'll never copy the experience you give your customers. You see the connection you have with me and my channel? The competition can never copy this. They can copy graphics, they can copy the times that I have broadcast, they can copy everything. They can buy the same phone, they can buy this light, they can copy everything, but they will never copy the experience that we have. You get? So that's why customer service is very important. So if you have a business in Kampala and you see that the sales are not coming as much as they should be coming, I recommend that you send me your employees bajemba tendeke customer service. That will fix your sales problem. You get? It will fix your sales problem. And if your sales have been going down, your problem is not really that your customers don't love buying from you. The problem might actually be that the customers are not happy with the way they are being treated. So send your employees, or you yourself come and train in customer service and customer care. Starting on 28th to 3rd December, I've already posted a flyer on this channel. You can go, when you go to the channel, go to the community tab, and then you'll see the flyer there. I've also posted videos about the workshop here. You can go scroll through the videos and see these videos that talk about the workshop, so that you learn about it. Martha, thank you very much for sharing the video on your TikTok. You can share my videos on your TikTok, on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your Twitter, so that people get to know about this workshop. Mfune ku bantu nange nkoleko ka sente nzizewo sente za data ate gwe nkozesa wano. You get, eh? So I beg you guys to actually share this information of the workshop with your friends and colleagues in Kampala, even in Jinja. Asobola okujja n'asasula lodging for 6 days, so that, because a skill is, investing in yourself is the best investment you can ever make. Learning a skill, getting knowledge, you get, kakati workshop temugana jigamba abantu mujibagambe. Then don't forget ensite nemazamu. You have seen that on that taxi. So also remember that I sell tracking devices. 350, you get a tracking device for your car. It gives you a lot of power over your car. You get. So don't forget, tomorrow we have a broadcast at 7:20 in the morning. I'll be here. I have to go for now, guys. Okuja kongo inaye chibuzo. Do you have a question? Post it now to chogereko nga sinagenda. Yeah, for the guys that have eye issues, I highly recommend Mengo Hospital. Yeah, Mengo Hospital even operated on my grandmother. They opened the eye up. Both eyes, by the way. She used to wear glasses. I don't know why they had to operate on her, but they took her to the operation room, and then they did whatever repairs they needed to do. They put them back together. Now she no longer needs glasses. I highly recommend Mengo Hospital. You get. It's a very good eye hospital. Of course, they just have an eye clinic, but it's very good. Me, I trust them because of that experience with my grandmother. So if you have eye issues, and they are very affordable, you'll find that glasses that you'll buy at 500 somewhere else, in Mengo you'll buy them at 300. You get, eh? So yeah, Mengo Hospital is highly recommended. So you guys, I have to go because temuina bibuzo. Let me just go through the names. You guys, I appreciate it. Let me just go through the names of the people that have watched today evening. Eguma David, thank you very much. Tazan, thank you very much. EM Frika, thank you very much. Wamala Ibrahim, thank you very much. Elijah, Nicholas Kazibwe, Stuart, Chris Da Vinci, Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Luzige Michael, thank you very much for watching. Martha, as always, Madam Ipsam, thank you very much for watching. Okot Simon Peter, thank you very much for watching. Asuman Chinabie, thank you very much. You have said talk about the reverse lights as well. Many people give us hard time at night when you can't determine if the driver is coming out. Exactly. You guys always make sure your reverse lights is equal. Yeah, and the bulb is very cheap. It's like 1K or 2K to replace. Always make sure the reverse lights work. And then of course JK, Seth, and Keith Gumik Siriza, Justus MHZ, Ndiabawe Carlson, Mr. Lucius, Maheno Plumbing, Kenneth Katongole. How's the resale value of Caldina, man? Thanks. Caldina is bad, Jiveco. Don't buy Caldina if you can avoid it. I only recommend Caldina for people that have a budget of 3 million and below. Don't buy Caldina if you can avoid it. The resale value is very low. Don't buy Caldina if you can avoid it. Only buy it if you have a very small budget and it's the only car available in that budget. Yeah. Okay guys, thank you very much for taking the time to chill with me this evening. Asimwe Johnny, yes, you too. Thank you guys. I wish you a very good evening. Chimanya abasinga we muri obudde buziba buzibi. JK Denmark, is it evening still? I think Denmark is like 2 hours ahead of us. Is it? Or we are 2 hours ahead of you? I remember the times I used to go to Scandinavia. One of us was ahead of the other. I think you guys are 2 hours ahead of us. Yeah, so you guys have a good night. Mukama abakume. Please tell people about my workshop, the marketing workshop. Hey. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Bye.